All right, welcome on in. Duke is in the 1 seed. They will play 16 seed NC Central. We're in North Dakota State. VCU in 8. And 9 seed UCF, I believe. 5 seed Mississippi State. And we have 12 seed Liberty. Virginia Tech is a 4 seed. Jay Tuffy gets his minutes in. Jay Tuffy. And 13 seeded St. Louis winning the A10 championship today. This is I believe the South region. We're going to go to the East region real quick. Gotta get us over to the East region. Wait, is it East? I don't even know what region we're in. This is the same dang bracket. 6 seeded Maryland. 11 seed either Belmont or Temple. That's crazy. Yale will play LSU. Ooh, Louisville going to Des Moines. Seven seed Louisville and 10 seed Minnesota. In Des Moines. Michigan State, a 2 seed. Michigan State, they will play Bradley. That one in Des Moines. We have the East region. All right, we have the East region finalized. They're the #1 overall seed. Even though they were the 3 seed in their own conference tournament, Zion Williamson and Duke. Gonna be a good one in March coming up. Michigan State. We got some more teams coming up who are on the bubble. Who will burst and who will be selected into the field of 68. We're going to be back in just a few moments. With more bracketing. Let's send it to the backdrop here. And now my reaction. That was a great reaction. Just a good amount that's been revealed so far. Welcome on into the selection show. We got it right off the bat without even introducing ourselves. J-Ron right here in our Star of the Studios with the 2019 NCAA Men's Basketball Selection Show coverage. We're revealing all the teams that are getting in here into our brackets. We have so many brackets that I cannot even, I can't even navigate bracket to bracket. But really surprising to see, it's a little bit surprising to see Michigan State, the 2 seed. They did not decisively win today. Number 2 seeded Michigan State. I'm just trying to work on these brackets. As wait, can you have a can you have more than 4 top 4 seeds from the same conference? I don't think so. Minnesota could play Michigan State in the 2nd round. All right. Second overall seed in the South region, it's Virginia. Last year, remember Virginia getting beaten in the first. They'll play Gardner-Webb. Gardner-Webb gets a game. Never even heard of Gardner-Webb in my life. In Columbia, South Carolina, that's where they'll be playing. Top seed Virginia. Ole Miss, the 8th seed. They'll play Oklahoma. Wisconsin, a 5 seed. They'll play 12th seed Oregon. Of course, Oregon, we know they got the automatic bid out of the Pac-12 late last night. Of course, Iowa did beat Oregon. Sorry about these colors, but like these colors are just these colors. 4th seeded Kansas State. They won the Big 12 regular season, but of course they did not win the Big 12 in the tournament. Iowa State won the Big 12 tournament. See how where Iowa State ends up just a few moments. These games in San Jose. They will play UC Irvine, the 13 seed. Villanova, a 6th seed. We got them in just a moment after I get Virginia. They'll go against St. Mary's. Villanova's 6th seed against St. Mary's. Purdue, the 3 seed that could end up playing Villanova in Hartford, Connecticut. I don't like that because that seems like it's a disadvantage to Purdue. Old Dominion is a 14 seed. In Columbus, 7-seeded Cincinnati. It looks like it's Michigan. Is this Michigan? This is in Columbus. They'll play Iowa. Iowa will play Friday in Columbus. Tennessee, the 2 seed. They are 29-5. They're playing in Columbus. They will play Colgate. It got eaten. All right, welcome on back. All right, you look at this bracket, top to bottom. Virginia, of course, far better than some of these teams. All right, we got more bracketing coming up. Let's see where Gonzaga's placed. Where will Wofford be placed? More of these teams coming right up on the March Madness selection show. You play games. Pick your brackets because that's kind of what you do around here. So many teams still to come on the selection show in just a moment. Welcome on back. More selection coming in. We have more brackets to be revealed coming up. Tar Heels of North Carolina. They will play in Columbus. They'll play Iona. 16 seed. They'll play Utah State out of the Mountain West. They won the Mountain West title. We'll see you in the 9 seed. We'll be playing them in Columbus on Friday. They'll play Washington. So, you know, there will be Tennessee and North Carolina will both be playing in Columbus, as well as Cincinnati, Utah State, Washington, Iona, Iowa, Cincinnati. But now, Thursday in Salt Lake City, number 5 seeded Auburn. They won the SEC title game today, just earlier today. See you, 13 or 12 seed rather joins them in Salt Lake City on Thursday. It'll be New Mexico State. This is the Midwest region. Kansas, a 4 seed. They'll play Northeastern. So that's the top of the Midwest. Iowa State, the 6th seed in this bracket. They won the Big 12 tournament last night. They will play Ohio State in Tulsa, Oklahoma on Friday. Of course, this is a 3 seed bracket. What 3 seed will be joining them? It's Houston, who won today in the American tournament. 31-3 on the year. They'll play Georgia State, which also won today. In Jacksonville, it's number 7 seed Wofford. The Terriers. They've won 20 consecutive games, Wofford has. Wofford into the Midwest region. Who will they play? This game in Jacksonville, Florida. Who will they play? That's it. They'll play Seton Hall. That'll be a good one. That seems like a real good one there. Could this be Michigan? This could be Michigan, kids. It will be Kentucky, though. They will play Abilene Christian. And Ohio State, yeah, they're the only Big Ten team in this bracket, looks like. So this is going to be an interesting bracket. We got a lot of Big 12 teams in this bracket. We got 2, I believe, Big 12. A lot of mid-majors in this bracket as higher seeds as well. Coming up, Texas Tech and Michigan. We're still waiting on their announcement. They will be in the West region. That's coming up. The West region still to come. Somebody's name still to be called late tonight. The bubble, we don't know where that is. It's your last chance to be called. Coming right up. The road to the Final Four continues here. We got to get to that final region, the West region. Gonzaga, the #1 seed. I already had them in. Penciled in here to the West region. Who will they play? The 16 seed. Somebody. Nobody wants to play Gonzaga, do they? In Salt Lake City, who will join Gonzaga as a 16 seed. It will be Fairleigh Dickinson or Prairie View A&M. Fairleigh Dickinson thought they were good enough, but no, they get to play in Dayton coming up. They'll play in Dayton on Tuesday. So that'll be the first game in Dayton. Syracuse, the 8th seed. They'll play Baylor. Marquette, the highest ranked Big East team. Who will they play? The 12th seed? Some 12th seed. You have to play Marquette. Marquette is not an easy out. They'll play Murray State. Number 4 seed, Florida State. Florida State 27-7 on the year. They'll play in Hartford, Connecticut. They will play Vermont. All right, the lower part of the bracket from Tulsa, Oklahoma, 6-seeded Buffalo. Buffalo will play the game in the first 4. Arizona State and St. John's, the last teams into the tournament. Texas Tech, the 3 seed again. We know who the 2 seed is. It's Michigan. They will play Northern Kentucky. From Des Moines, Iowa, it's Nevada. They'll play the 10-seeded Florida in Des Moines. That game on Thursday. Michigan, the other 2 seed here in the West region. They're in the West region for the second consecutive year. Remember last year they went to the Final Four of the West region. Johnny Beeline. They'll play the last team of the tournament. In Montana, they knew they were in. They were the last team to get their name called. There's the field of 68 here in the West region. We finish it off as it finishes here. All right, the bracket is complete. Where does it look? The last 4 teams, Belmont, Temple, Arizona State, and St. John's. St. John's a net rank of 73. 12 losses on the year for St. John's. They barely slip into the NCAA tournament. They'll play Buffalo if they can beat Arizona State, which that is the Texas Tech. That is the first four out. UNC Greensboro, the closest team to get into the tournament. Alabama, TCU, and Indiana all here are the conferences. The conference with the most teams, the Big Ten. ACC getting 7, SEC getting 7, the Big 12 getting 6, American 4, Big East 4, Pac-12 with getting 3. Pac-12, of course, won in the first 4. Mountain West with 2, West Coast Conference with 2, Ohio Valley with 2, and WCC with 2. Non-Power 6, all at-large bids, the most since 2015. With 7. Power 6, of course, being ACC, Big 12, Big East, Big 10, Pac-12, and SEC. Back last year, they had 5. 2 years ago, they only had 4 that were not. But, of course, I believe Gonzaga would be one. There are a few other ones. But got to want to win your tournament so you can let other teams in. Of course, everybody wants to get into the NCAA tournament. Thank you for watching the selection show. We'll be back to break down the bracket in just a moment. All right, welcome on back. We've got number 1, the top 4 seeds. Duke, Virginia, Gonzaga, and Carolina, the top seeds. Who was the first team to not get a 1 seed was Tennessee. Of course, maybe if they would have won today, maybe they would have gotten to a 1 seed. And, you know, sometimes you just got to win it. All right. Just keep trying to grind out this bracket making process. This, I believe, is south. So this is the, what was the first? Midwest. Then we got the east. So it is the south. All right. All right. Let's break down a few of these brackets a little further than we have. Let's look at this. Let's look at the South region. We got Virginia, the top seed. Who do I think has a good opportunity in this region? Of course, it's real tough. No doubt about that. All right. So you can look at this bracket, and the best teams here, of course. How many teams can win this one? You know, Tennessee, Purdue, both of them look pretty good. Wisconsin could win it. So that's cool. All right, first four Tuesday and Wednesday on True TV, and then the full action on TBS, TNT, True TV, and CBS on Thursday through Sunday. Regionals March 28th. Thank you for tuning on in. We will look through all the regions in just a moment. We continue to bleed some color here. All right, this bracket all culminating down into the championship. So we look at this bracket. Villanova is also obviously the dark horse here. It's real tough to really say who could win this. We're gonna need to look at a different region. Let's look at another one. Let's look at this one. The East region, Duke's region, Zion, Williamson. We'll see what Zion can do here in this region. This is the region with a lot of mid-major teams. Maryland in here as well. They're not a mid-major, but I think where you're looking here, the top of the bracket, you're looking Duke and Virginia Tech potentially meeting in a Sweet 16 matchup. I don't know about Mississippi State. I haven't seen enough. I don't think they're good enough to get through there. This is really, Duke has a real shot at getting to the Elite Eight, and it doesn't look like it's going to be tough at all to get to the Elite Eight. And then you look at the bottom, Maryland potentially a team. I don't know about LSU. They failed in the SEC tournament. They had the easier bracket. They didn't have the only teams that got on they had two teams that got on the field in their bracket, couldn't get through. I don't know about LSU. I think Maryland can defeat LSU in the second round over the weekend. That's on a Saturday, it would be. Louisville also a team that maybe could knock off Michigan State. I think Minnesota may be able to knock off Louisville, though. There's 3 Big Ten teams in this quadrant in this portion of the region. 3 Big Ten teams in this portion of the region. A year ago, UMBC defeated Virginia. You know, dating back to last year, a 1 seed in the first round is 135-1. 2 seeds are 128-8. 3 seeds have a 84% chance. 4 seeds have just under 80. All right. Look at this bracket. I've got Michigan State getting through the bottom. I got Duke getting through the top. This is pretty much the most straightforward region is this East region. Of course, they do have 2 early games, 2 of those first 4 matchups in this region. Let's look at the West region now. West region, you got Gonzaga. I think they look like a team that can get through on this. Of course, Florida State maybe a tougher hurdle. Marquette, if they can beat, it's gonna be a good one. Florida State, 14th overall. Marquette, the 17th overall. Syracuse, though, will give Gonzaga a test. I think they will get through Baylor without a doubt. Let's go to the Midwest region now. Mexico State, maybe they can beat Auburn. Maybe Kansas, they can get through here. I think Kansas and North Carolina, they will meet in the Sweet 16. That would be a good one. To the bottom. Seth Davis, his Final Four. He's got Duke and Gonzaga as 1 seeds. And he's got Purdue and Kentucky as 3s and 2s. So let's see what Clark Kellogg has. Clark, he has Duke, Gonzaga, Virginia. The only team that's not a 1 seed that he has is Houston out of the Midwest. We look at the Midwest, and maybe Houston can get through there. The only really team here is Kentucky, and of course, top seed North Carolina. Don't think Kansas will get there. Thank you so much for tuning on in. This has been a presentation of SN Sports, home of the Road to the Final Four. We'll have Road to the Final Four coverage every game day. You look at this has been a presentation of the Selection Show. The first time we've done it here on SRN. The road to the Final Four every game day through March Madness right here on SRN Sports. I'm J. Rod saying good night.